Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey Geminis, this video is for you. So Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. If you feel like what I'm saying in this video doesn't resonate with you, go on and check out your moon and or rising sign, which I do have linked down in the description box below. So let's just go on and get started. For those of you guys that have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I don't sugarcoat my readings. I keep it very real. You have an all shit card coming up for your energy during this Aquarian lunar cycle. The Aquarius lunar cycle is beginning of February through the beginning of March, so we are looking at the next month. And the energy that you have is stormy. So this is literally a card of drama on the horizon, of just, you know, dense, chaotic, negative energy surrounding you, or just being a part of or putting out that type of energy. That's more generally speaking, but on a personal level, I would say, Gemini, this card coming up in this position for the next month underneath this Aquarian lunar cycle, and this does make sense because it is your sister sign, it is in your element. There are going to be some major changes, some major shifts happening for you, excuse me, and more so in regards to your outlook on the situations that you're a part of, or the things that you're doing, or the way that you're going about doing things. And this, from the cards that you have here, and which we'll get into that a little bit more in a minute, but this card popping up here, I more so pick up on an energy of just being in a position to where you just feel like, you know, you might have made some decisions, or you might have made some moves that seem good at the time, or that, you know, we're a little impulsive, as you know, you Geminis can be at times, and now you're in this space, in this place where you understand on a conscious level and on a subconscious level that you no longer resonate, or you're no longer aligned with the energy of the things that you put yourself into. So in the physical, it's starting to crumble, or it's starting to break down, or things are starting to clash. So for you guys, this next month may not be the easiest or the lightest energies for you to deal with, because again, you are underneath your own element with this moon, and it is a new moon, so you are gaining some new insight, gaining getting a little bit of a different perspective in regards to the things that are going on around you and what you're a part of. Excuse me, sorry y'all. So yeah, for you guys, this next month, you may find yourself in a lot of verbal altercations. You may find yourself very irritated at times. You may go through the motions, and when I say the motions, I mean the emotions. You may be very sad, very upset, very happy. You may feel very loving one minute, mad the next, just depending on your situation. But whatever your situation may be, it is looking like there could be a little bit of rockiness coming in for you, okay? At least during this next month. Again, remember, these readings are only for the month, so if you're like a little shook, this energy passes after March, the beginning of March. Also, depending on your placements, you might feel this a little bit more so actually around the moon or the shadow. If you're like me and you just rolled by the whole moon, you'll feel the energy throughout the whole lunar cycle. But you know, depending on your placements and your transits, you can, and if you're into that, you can just go online and look that up. But you can see how much you'll be affected by these energies, okay? The next card that you guys have coming up in your spread is the Two of Swords, and that is in the crossing position. So this is what I consider my stalemate card. However, in this Fountain Tarot deck, I do read this with a little bit more of an energy of, I don't like to use the word regret because I don't believe in regret, but I do read this with an energy of, you know, decisions or things that have transpired that you might be a little regretful about. And with that being said, coming into this space and this energy of, okay, do I still want to do this, or do I still want to do that, or do I want to do that? You've got the Two Swords, so there's a decision there for you to make. This is your crossing energy, so this tells me this is where the storm is coming from, Gemini. Whatever situation you are in, you're literally trying to figure out if you want to remain in it or whether you want to get out of it. That could be your job, that could be your relationship, that could be a friendship, or that could be just like a way that you're doing things. Excuse me, but it's looking like with this card, it's gotten to the point of it is starting to take a toll on your mental, so to speak, because we do have a swords card here. So this is telling you that you spend a lot of time thinking about the situation, and you spend a lot of time thinking about your decisions in this situation. And I'm gonna go on and say you more so think like, I shouldn't have done that, or I should have maybe waited on this, or I should have maybe thought about this a little bit more before I just went on with all my air and just did whatever I felt like doing. Because now you guys are in this position to where this Two of Swords comes up as a crossing energy, and the Two of Swords is the source of the stormy energy for you during this next month. With most of my spreads, I do say that you can turn this into an upright energy, and you can, so to speak, you can make a decision. But this is telling me that because you have that stormy energy behind it, the decision that you make, you feel like can cause a big upset. So with that being said, Gemini, as you guys know, if you watch my channel, I'm all about doing what makes you happy and what resonates best with you. And that might sound a little selfish, but when it comes down to it, happiness is a choice. And if you're in a situation in which you don't feel happy and you remain in that situation, then it is your choice to be unhappy. But if that's not what you want, then you know you do have the opportunity to go on and make decisions and get shit popping and clear out the things that you don't, or that you no longer need. With that being said, let's go on and talk about the next card, which is in the position of how you can tap into this Aquarian energy and get in the mix, collaborate with the collective, be a little bit more creative, innovative, and communicate a little bit better. So I'm going to read this in two ways, because it's coming up after the Two of Swords, and then also because of the position that it's in. So first and foremost, the Eight of Cups, y'all. In regards to this Two of Swords situation, this stormy energy situation, this is a card that points to getting the fuck out of Dodge. Like, it is a Cups card, so it does say, you know, you may have put energy in here. You may be emotionally invested. You may really love this person or this job or whatever it is that you do, but at the same time, you know, these cups, if you look at the imagery on this card, these cups are invisible. It's like they were there at one point, they were full at one point, but at this point they are starting to fade away, and you can't do anything with what's in the cups if you don't have cups. So then you're just kind of surrounded by and, you know, engulfed by all this water, and that's not necessarily the energy that you really want to be resonating with, which it looks like that's the energy that you're resonating with, Gemini. So very quickly, let me say to you guys that are in situations, whether that be you're at a job or you're living somewhere, more so if you are in a relationship, Gemini, get out of it. Your cards are literally saying it's time to do away with it. On the other hand, this coming up in the position of how you can get into the mix and tap into your sister sign's lunar cycle energy. Gemini, you have to be very mindful. You have to pretty much prioritize what cups do you really want, what's important and what's not, what is contributing to your growth and your progression, and what is kind of weighing you down, what keeps you in the murky waters, and what can bring you ashore. So with that being said, I actually think this card coming up here, Gemini, is saying anything that you want to do with the collective, any creative projects that you have ideas about, or anything that you want to build upon, I do not see it working out for you so long as you are still resonating in this energy. So long as you decide to not make the decision to let go of whatever it is that is actually weighing you down, no longer for you, you're no longer in alignment with, you're gonna very much so stay in the same position of Eight of Cups, feeling like, you know, I'm still trying to fill all these empty cups up. And I mean, you could live your life doing that, but you're supposed to be moving forward into new, fresh, positive energy especially coming underneath this Aquarian lunar cycle. So my suggestion to you, like I said, was get out of whatever it is that you're in. I pick up, this is a general reading, but I more so pick up on relationships for a lot of you Geminis. So for those of you that are in relationships and this whole reading resonated with you, by the time you click out of this video, you should be drafting your breakup text. Like, I'm just gonna keep it completely honest. All right, last card that you guys have coming up in the spread for you is Go the Distance. And this is in the position of your soul message, your spirit message. The way that this card is going to be read today is funny because typically this talks about, you know, just persevering, pushing through. But if you look at the imagery, this is, I don't know if it's a cheetah or a jaguar, I have no idea, but it's a large cat. And he is crossing a finish line. So what does that mean? Wrap your shit up, Gemini. It's time to go the distance, which means time to get the hell out of there. So anything that you are in right now, especially if you feel weighed down, especially if it makes you feel heavy, especially if it makes you feel like, I wish I could be doing something else, it is time to go the distance. Do away with it. Leave it alone. Move on to your next chapter, Gemini. This is an air lunar cycle, so you are going to be a little reflective. You are going to be changing and shifting your perspective on the things that you have going on around you and that you're involved in. And, you know, if you watch this video, I hope that you can definitely figure out what no longer resonates with you and what is holding you back and what is weighing you down, okay? All right, so that's your reading. It was a little intense, but like I said, I like to keep it real, you guys. If you feel like you need more clarification or you'd like your own personal reading, feel free to go on and book one. I do have that information linked down below. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all next time.